series. Here we're going to be doing some more Jumpchain all over again, but this time I'm the GM. Look at me. I am the captain now.
What gasp.
Trying to find how to get my chat bar in here, huh?
I'll just keep talking in the interim.
Chat
The world that we're going to be jumping right into is RWBY, which seems to be a bit of a thing, a commonality between the previous jumps as well. Right now we have with us Walrus. If you want to introduce your character real quick.
I am Jackalope, the adrenaline junkie.
Okay, and Sin, introduce yours.
Hello. Let me double check. Oh, okay. Sorry, my phone is being odd. Yeah, so I am Hunter, I guess also adrenaline junkie of sorts. He prefers the hunts to find, what he
A
wants.
hunter.
The hunter. Okay, in theory, all that's
Okay.
working.
And Culty Cat, feel free to introduce your character as well.
The ever chaotic adopted child of the infamous old man Henderson. She's gonna Fortnite dance, and she's going to befriend eldritch abominations, and she's just gonna do whatever.
All right. You didn't actually give her name, though.
Wait, I didn't?
No,
what I
you
did.
said adopted daughter of Old Man Henderson, though I thought it was granddaughter.
What's her name?
He's something. Katie Henderson.
There you go.
Yeah, there it is.
All right, Katie Henderson. Then, yeah, that's all of our characters, basically. The question now, though, is how exactly everything's going to go down. Now, as I recall, the story
Hi,
takes
Piranha.
place in Mistral, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that puts us over. Let me just draw a shape in this also dragon-like continent over there. Huh. Neat. I hadn't noticed
dragons.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of weird now that I think about it. But yeah, like a dragon sitting on the head of a Gundam.
Yeah, I know, right?
But yeah, that is where the story will be beginning. When last we've left off inside of our prologues, those session zeros, I believe. Let's see, who was it that had the? I believe it was your character, Sin Hunter, who had a background as a student.
I do, yeah.
All right. Now the question is, how far? Let's see, because the other two are drop-ins. So how far along is your character's studies? They fresh-faced, or are we talking being able to be sent on missions in the wild?
We were given a year, right?
I'm going to say yes. Yes.
All right, in that case, yeah. So he would be a second year, probably a very quick study, probably somewhat good at his job. So probably he would be allowed to go on his own missions at this point.
Okay.
3 drop-ins.
Now the only
actually,
question is
once
where the
Megan joins.
What'd you say?
I said 3 drop-ins actually once Megan joins.
Yeah. Okay. Meanwhile, both Katie Henderson and Jackalope have just been thrown violently into the world, including the heavy impact on the ground. Both of you have arrived inside of the continent of Anima to begin your wandering and maneuvering around. Basically, a year has elapsed since you first arrived, as you basically just fought your way around. It was not exactly comfortable, but you're a little more familiar with what a Grim is, at least. Big, hulking, black beastie made of living tar, or what looks like. Is there anything that you want your character to have done in the interim period before all the characters meet up?
Probably just kind of discovering where the other schools were kind of the head honchos of the world. And then probably doing a lot of studying on where some of the biggest creatures that are known.
Okay. What about you, Jackalope? What has your character spent this last year of unknown doing?
Wandering about, honestly, fighting whatever, fighting whoever. being kind of a general menace to society.
Sounds reasonable to me. So let's see. And what about you, Katie Henderson? As a stranger in this very strange land, what have you spent the last year doing?
Katie will probably have been studying the world, studying the creatures, mainly because the instant she learned about these Grimm, she just like, I want one. I want all of them. Yeah,
Okay.
so yeah, she's gonna be trying to learn everything she can so that, she can do that. Uh,
All right. With that in mind, then, all of your characters, it's now been a year since you've arrived, and interestingly, due to some weird shenanigans, you, Hunter, have been sent on a solo mission. Mission?
Mission.
Wow. I'll learn to speak English eventually. A solo mission. I literally put all the things into a folder just so that I wouldn't lose everything.
He went
You're
woo.
So you are going. Oh, you have been sent to a desert town. Often does it. I made a folder for all the things. You can't drag things out of a folder into the map.
I think if
What?
it's on Roll20, you'd have to open up the folder and then drag them.
Yeah, I'm in the folder and I'm dragging to the left and it's not doing anything. That is unbelievably dumb.
Huh. Apparently not.
Okay, well, this is going to take a whole whopping seven
there-
seconds longer than anticipated, I guess.
There is a process for doing it. I just don't remember. It's been so long since I've used Roll20. It's been, I think, over like 2 years since I used Roll20. Or no, not 2 years. More like a year, I would say. Hi, Ellie. But yeah, keep going. Oops.
Let's see, so I can just pop that into there. All right, so you have arrived inside of a desert town. You're more or less sent on your own due to some, let's say, issues involving getting a sufficient number of people in missions. Right now, you're more or less running solo. However, that will probably be changing shortly, given the fact that as you arrive, you can hear a bit of a kerfuffle, a hubbub, if you will.
A hubbub.
Seems like something appears to be going on near the city center.
That's concerning.
You gonna head over there?
Yeah.
All right. Katie Henderson, after a year of wandering in the wilderness and figuring all sorts of things out, the one thing that you've learned is that, yes, you do still need to eat regularly, despite how much you wish you could spend all of your time with the Grimm. Unfortunately, many of those Grimm keep trying to run away from you and your friendship. So instead, you find yourself often maneuvering around various cities. Here, you find yourself in a desert town, having been recently restocking on supplies, particularly dried meats, because they're pretty good. However, as that happens, you can hear the telltale sounds of chaos. Oddly enough, chaos you haven't started yourself, near the city center.
she's gotta check this out.
All right. Me and the last amongst you, Jackalope, I'm going to say that the chaos is in fact surrounding you, as someone thought it would be a very hilarious idea to try and pick a fight with you. You're pretty sure they're drunk in the middle of the day and they did swing first. And it seems like a lot of the people around you have decided to cheer this on as a bit of entertainment. How do you respond?
It's his funeral.
Okay. Let's see. Do you choose? How do you? Let's see. He's thrown the first punch, and him being drunk managed to go wide and miss. The follow-up move, however, how do you want to respond to that? He seems to be coming in with a hook from the right hand.
If it's a hook from the right hand, block and counter punch.
Okay, go ahead and make me a dex roll.
All right.
Did you get a bit closer to your mic, Wally?
I am right on top of my mic, Sin.
Ah. Oh, yeah.
And give me a second.
You're good. I just kind of assume that you're leaning away from your mic when I can't hear you.
No, you gotta remember my microphone's different, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't have anything set up. You run this off the D6 system.
Yes. So you'll be rolling 4d6.
That's gonna be a painful punch.
What the
Wow.
hell?
Okay. Oh man, Kitty, we forgot to add the chat icon. The. Oh wait, did you want the chat as in the chat, or did you want the chat as in the Roll20 chat? Because you have to make a different thing if you want the Roll20
Well,
chat in here.
all right. So with that,
I
you
do
rolled
have
no.
a 4 index.
You do,
Is
yeah.
that-
So you
Hot
roll
pocket.
4. So basically,
Oh,
a
okay.
5 or a 6 is a success. So you have 4 chances to get a success, and somehow you rolled 3 nat ones on a d6. That's really bad luck to start. Go ahead and roll me an endurance to see how well you handle the hit.
Ooh. This is not gonna go well.
No successes again. Wow, that's all right. You end up catching the fist right on your jawline. It causes you to stumble back fairly far, 3 or so paces. However, fortunately, he isn't hitting the hardest out there, so the damage is relatively minimal. You have the opportunity to retaliate.
Yeah, he's gonna just, retaliate very, very quickly.
Okay. I'm assuming that that's going to be a strength roll.
Oh, yeah. Wow, my luck is awful.
That's 10. That's 10 die. How?
Half of
Because
them
you're
are
running off a
ones.
D6 system.
Well, yeah, but you have an 80% chance of success on a 46.
Wasn't statistically probable.
Yeah. Congrats, you're already the 1% in this campaign. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm just gonna double check my maths real quick. 1 over. So it'll be
Corn's like, let me make sure that I have the correct maths for your insanity. Is your maths lining up, or is he breaking it?
Have I broken your mold?
Let's see. Yeah, you have. So every time you roll 4d6, you have an 80% chance of success. So,
Good lord.
so you failed an 80%, a 50%, and an 80%. So basically, you've had multiple crit fails, would be the equivalent.
Yeah.
How do you roll that many? How do you roll 2 nat ones like that? But, unfortunately, as you throw the hit, it swings wide. It's a heavy hit, but it ends up catching only air as he ends up stumbling backwards and away. Distance between you two expands a little bit. It's now about 6 or 7 paces as he stumbles drunkenly backwards. The hubbub has now grown a fair bit, and as a hunter, you know that your job here is technically to help keep the peace. You've arrived. You can see that it appears to be a street brawl. Do you want to do anything?
My job isn't really to fight people, so for now, I'm just going to watch. It just seems like a drunken brawl, so... Yeah.
Okay. And as for you, Katie, you can see that it appears to be a fight in the streets between 2 perfectly normal human individuals, it seems.
Hmm. She keeps watching, but like, what's going on? It's like, it's not like it as good as it could have been, but like it's still pretty interesting. She's
Okay.
just like that one person like in the background with the popcorn. It's like, woo! Pin him down! Woo!
Okay. The enemy tries to make another punch at you, and it ends rather poorly. Once again, if you'd like to make a dex roll for a retaliation attack, since he failed. There's no way you're gonna... Yep, you got a success there.
Hey.
So you are able to launch a direct attack right at him. How do you want to play it, or is there a specific region that you're targeting?
Oh, we're targeting just to knock him on his butt.
Okie doke. Roll strength real quick to see just how hard that hits.
Un momento.
Get all sixes. Ooh.
That is 3 levels of success. You end up throwing a punch right into his torso, and you hear and feel the hefty, you feel his ribs compress at almost a half-inch inwards, like you're giving him chest compressions in a single blow. Rather than just landing flat on his ass, he flies backwards a solid 15 feet, skidding across the ground before finally being stopped when he crashes into a member of one of the crowd.
God.
You're not sure if you punched the consciousness out of him or if you punched the drunk out of him. Either way, you're confident he's not standing back up.
Blasted idiot. That was boring. Throw a better punch next time.
The only response you really get is a hacking, wheezing cough from him.
Ugh.
Have Hunter like raise his eyebrow. He'd be like, huh. Wants to throw a better punch. That's my character. My character strength is 2. Yeah, you know, he's done. he's gonna kind of like sink his weapon into the ground next to him and start walking forwards.
Jackalope, you see that a individual around your age, since everyone's around the same age due to the Jumpchain, has now walked into the ring of onlookers. He set his weapon down and appears to be cracking his knuckles.
Are you gonna be boring too?
Well, now see if I can give you something to entertain you. This should be fun.
Okay. Katie, do you continue to observe?
Katie looks over to the goose beside her. She's like, all right, okay, all right. She pulls out like her wall is like, all right, okay. I know we didn't make any bets on the last one, but I'm betting like I don't know how money works here. This much. She pulls out a bunch of the monies from her lab coat. It's like, all right, okay, this is, oh my good, you're betting that much? You don't even have money.
There's some whispering going around. It seems that now that Katie has pulled out a small wad of cash, albeit holding it in front of a goose for whatever reason, there is now, in fact, a betting pot going.
Sweet.
So she accidentally turned this into a gambling ring.
Yeah, you know. Honestly, he's trying to keep up the spirits of everyone at this point, so...
Yeah. So, Sin, can you physically describe your character for me?
Yeah, so
appearance?
my character is... What age are we, roughly?
About
20?
18.
18? Okay. So he's about a 5'9", I think. Somewhere around that. So he's a fairly tall individual. Well, kind of. I guess he would be average height. More
He's
or less,
he's a little tall. He's a couple inches taller than average.
Yeah.
Like
so
1 or 2.
he's of I'm slightly higher than you kind of view, but he is fairly buff. You can actually, even though he's wearing his red vest with a I guess almost bluish white shirt underneath, you can see the muscles under him as he like takes off his black over jacket and puts it on top of his weapon and kind of just
Remind you real quick, you did put
rolls.
0 points into shape and appeal.
Yeah, but he has 2 strength, so he is buff. He doesn't look particularly nice, but he does look buff.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's not particularly nice looking, aside from, of course, the thing that we all get where we all look fairly good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
but he...
everyone has it though, so I don't really count
Yeah,
it.
fair
Otherwise, every single person in all of creation would have it.
Yeah, so he puts like his overcoat onto his weapon and just kind of flexes rolls his shoulders and whatnot.
Okie doke. See, roll 1d6. It's basically a showy intimidation roll due to having 0 points in it. Due to having 0 points in it, as I mentioned before, only 6s count as successes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in your case, Jackalope, I'll also have you make a roll, though you have a pass on 5 because you put a points into sheep.
Hmm. Let's see.
Jesus.
Yep, that is a successful roll. So go ahead and describe your character physically for both the gambling ring and the viewers.
Jackalope has kind of a poncho over most of his body. It's rounded at his neck, but you can visibly tell that the dude, at least to some extent, has a decent physical attribute,
Okay.
though most of it is obscured by the poncho that he's wearing at the moment.
Okay. And what's your character's height?
Roughly 5'10". Nothing
10?
major.
Okay. So that success represents the fact that, like, as you stand there, looking down, albeit only by an inch, at your opponent, preparing for the battle, your body tenses up a little bit, flexes, just to be prepared before relaxing a bit, and there's a small sense that kind of moves through the crowd. Especially with that punch you landed earlier, you're the favorite to win here. Katie, who are you betting your money on? The odds are better, like right now, according to the odds, Jackalope is more likely to win. But that means that if Sin wins and you bet on him, you get more money back.
Katie went for the assumed underdog here and went for I think it was Hunter.
Yes.
The goose did in fact vote for Jackalope though. Just so you know.
Playing both sides. I get you.
Yeah.
All right. Now, both of you roll dex. Whoever gets more successes will move first.
Okay, and then we roll as much as we have.
As you have points, yes. So we have 1 success on the part of Jackalope.
Okay, so I would roll 2d6.
Yes, if you have 2 dex.
Okay. 4 and
0
4.
successes. All right,
Ouch.
Jackalope takes the first move. How do you choose to launch the attack?
I mean, gut punch.
So those were D4s.
Oh, those were D4s.
Yes. Okay, that's 2 degrees of success.
Ouch.
Roll endurance, Sin.
Okay, so that's 3d6. Come on.
Throw in 1 more. Remember that you have a bonus to resisting damage.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Gotta remember those skills.
It's a 5. So
Okay, you have 1 degree of success to his 2 degrees of success. You mitigate a little bit of the damage, but Jackalope hits hard. While you were able to tense up your stomach in time to keep it from being a sucker punch to your solar plexus, it still sends some really heavy reverberations through your entire body as it impacts into your abdominals. It is not a comfortable blow.
Red eye, no!
Red guy, no.
It's dealt a good amount of damage, but now it's your turn to retaliate.
Alright, gonna do 2d6. 5 and 5.
That's 2 degrees of success. Jackalope, are you planning on dodging or blocking?
Dodging, but how I dodge is using that good old flexibility.
All right. Since you're actively using that flexibility feature that you got from the body mod, you will get an additional die for your dex roll, so roll 5d6 here.
Jesus. And no success.
And I still know.
Got 3, 2, 3, 3, 2.
Yeah, unlucky.
That's gonna hurt.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you are not able to dodge. With 2 degrees of success, it ends up hitting horror. It manages to hit pretty heftily. You end up being knocked back a bit, and it seems to deal a bit more damage than he took, since the focus was on dodging there. From
Gonna
seems things,
roll
do you
my
plan? Do
shoulder.
you plan on keeping this just a all-out slugfest?
Yeah.
I have no reason not to.
All right, then. In that case, it is once again Newt's turn.
You
Newt,
hit
Newt.
hard.
I wish I hit harder some days.
There's a 4d6.
Yeah, 46. That's a strength blow.
Okay. No degrees of success, I believe.
Yeah, I'm just double checking other things. Okay, good. Yeah. Because it occurred to me I didn't check what abilities Jackalope had, just in case there was anything that applied. Okay. So with no degrees of success, yeah. Do you try to dodge or
I'm just gonna tank it.
deflect? Tank it? Okay.
Mhm.
Just roll 3d6.
Okay.
You only
yeah,
need
'cause
one
there's no
degree of
damage.
success here.
Do I do 46 because of the damage, or is it just no damage to 36?
No damage, 3d6.
Okay.
It depends on how you shrug it off here.
Oof.
No degrees of success. So basically here it ends up being a glancing blow and kind of moving past you. To the looks of the crowd, it looks like it was slightly off and you dodged more or less by accident here. As it is, the crowd is not exactly, they're not going wild or anything, but there is a little bit of a hush. They're curious on what's going on and how this is going to play out. Hunter.
I'm gonna absolutely gut punch him. Just
All
right to the
aiming for the
stomach.
gut.
Mhm.
Jackalope, tank or dodge?
Tank.
Okay. Roll 3d6 because you have that ability. Are you cursed?
Yes.
I'd believe it. Okay.
Look,
so it's
Jackalope is someone who takes everything. By the way, he's just kind of slyly, because this fight's getting more fun, just semblance activates to just start absorbing that kineticness.
Okay. Gonna have you roll a d6, not for a success thing, but to determine how much of the energy is absorbed here.
Cool.
5. That's a good amount.
I'm hitting
so in
you
this case,
hard.
yeah. So you hit him with 2 degrees of success. He manages to absorb a full degree of success on terms of that. Basically, next time you land a blow, if you want, you can now exert an extra d6, or sorry, an extra success. Not just like roll an additional one. It is at least 1 guaranteed success if you release what you have stored.
Gotcha.
You can store more in the future. So as it is, though, you still take the full hit right into the stomach. It's not comfortable. You feel a bit winded as it is. The impact's against your stomach, making it a little bit harder to breathe. But as it is, you're not exactly on the edge or anything like that.
Just don't start kind of bouncing in place, almost boxer style.
Okay. Let's see. 6. Okay, so the crowd is starting to lean more in favor of Hunter here, watching him have land a solid blow. It's not completely tilted, though, because a couple of the folks who were cheering for Jackalope are noticing he's starting to smile.
I want to stick out my hand and do the come here gesture.
Taunting.
Come get some.
All right, Jackalope, how do you want to respond to this boy's taunts?
Jackalope's gonna stand up, like full on, like stand.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just gonna walk up to him. You're the most entertaining thing I've come across in 4 weeks. She was right. And Jackalope's just gonna headbutt you.
All right.
I will meet that headbutt.
Are you going to be utilizing your stored energy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Then in that case, roll 4d6. Sin, if you're meeting it, well, you did get 1 guaranteed success, at least.
So that is...
I am cursed!
Right? You basically rolled the equivalent of
Could
a
I
2
roll endurance
and a
just
2
to, because
and a 2
I'm
and a 2.
blocking it, essentially?
If you're retaliating with another headbutt yourself, that's strength. It's
Okay.
endurance if you're not attacking back.
I am taking damage, but that would be an endurance roll if I were to use that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so once again, just 2d6.
Yes, just 2d6. You have to match or beat his 1 degree of success. You did not. Thanks to the usage of your semblance, Jackalope, you do manage to deal more damage than him. As your heads slam against one another, you feel a little dizzied from the impact, but you were more than braced and ready for it. On the other hand, Hunter, you were not anticipating him to be that hard-headed or for that swing to hit as hard as it did. You are dazed.
Cool.
You end up taking a step back. Your Your vision is swimming just a little bit as it's trying to stabilize. If you want to take an action here, you will end up having a penalty of 1d6 if you plan on attacking.
Don't like kind of stand there, and then I'm just gonna brace myself harder. Just like,
Okay.
good
Taking a
job.
defensive stance.
Come get some.
Solid. Okay.
You are a nice one.
He's choosing to take a defensive stance and recover, so instead of pushing it. Jackalope, do you want to push your advantage?
Yeah.
Then go for it. All right, that's a degree of success. Sin, what's your response?
I'm gonna tank it. So that's 4.
All right. Yes, 46.
Katie's just like in the background going
No
like,
degrees
"Come
of success
on."
for you either.
Same number. Damn.
Yeah. Ultimately, as Jackalope, what kind of attack do you use here?
If he's trying to brace, it's gonna be a kidney punch.
Oh.
All right. Moving forward, you end up using.
This shit's gonna hurt.
You end up throwing a right hook, and rather than aiming right for the abdomen, you hook it just a little bit further back and pull it towards you. You hook around and you nail him right in the kidneys. Given the fact that he ended up not doing so great, Sin, make an endurance roll. This is an attack to a weak point.
Do I get
Right now, roll
46 because of my...
Yeah, you get 46. You are taking a point of damage regardless, but if you don't get at least 1 degree of success here, you're going to take some critical damage. You did get 1 degree of success.
Okay. I was about to say.
It hurts like a mother fricker, but it does not knock you over.
Yeah.
You are able to stay standing here.
Since he's so close to me, I'm going to uppercut him in the jaw.
All right. Tank or dodge? Jack?
Just gonna go for that dodge with that flex again, because if he's going for an uppercut,
All right.
he can just bend all the way backwards.
That is a good point. All right, so it's going to be strength versus dex here.
Yeah, I roll 5d6, correct?
Correct. We got 1 degree of success versus 4 degrees of success.
God.
Jackalope, you get a free hit for that.
Cool.
Man,
he
this
just bends all
is
the
just a really bad lineup for you.
Yeah, you try to go for the uppercut, and you just see him, like, his upper body go backwards.
God.
The whole thing slides back like it's a bad source filmmaker cartoon.
Just gonna use that momentum to headbutt him in the chest.
Okay.
I will fucking tank my
3
chest.
degrees of success.
Ah.
Go ahead.
God,
Roll your
446,
roll your
baby.
46.
Protect
Gotta be
me.
ready.
That is not foot guy.
0 degrees of success. Sin, roll it into another endurance one, because if you can't get a degree of success, that's... Oh my god, that's... 0 degrees of success? Okay. Now,
Oh.
that is really bad for you. Let me double check.
This is not going to be
I
pleasant.
believe you have an ability that explicitly relates to this. You do not, actually.
No, I do not.
No, it's Jackalope. Jackalope has that.
Jackalope does.
Yes.
My one is just
Jackalope,
aura.
as you slam your chest, you said directly into the chest?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right, there is another moment where you can feel the caving of his ribs. Sin, every single bit of air has just explosively jettisoned from your mouth as you stumble backwards, literally unable to breathe. Your head is swimming. You can't think straight, and you fall backwards. You're not rendered completely unconscious. You are out of the fight. There's a loud series of cheers. The goose has won the bet.
Katie looks over to the goose, just like, all right, you win this time, the goose. Pulls out, pulls out money and just kind of tucks it into the feathers. Tisk, tisk, tisk.
With that, Jackalope, now that you see that you've completely knocked him flat on his ass as he's struggling to breathe, how do you respond to him now?
I mean, I leave him.
Okay, just leave him there?
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah. I was just curious if you're going to help along or anything.
No, Jackalope don't care.
All right. There's some people spreading to give you a little bit of a path, except for one person who's leafing through a nice thick stack of lien. He ends up pulling out a portion. Who's like, I just made bank off of you. Here, wouldn't be fair not to give you something.
It's appreciated.
He walks off whistling a jaunty tune. Though,
Oh,
you do notice, Jackalope, as you're not particularly too injured.
trying to get back up now.
Okay, degree of success. As you're leaving the ring, you feel two things. Firstly, someone's watching you. Someone, not just the ring of people. There's something that sets the hairs on the back of your head on edge. Secondly, you hear the one you just knocked flat on his ass starting to get up.
Jackalope would look for the more dangerous thing. That guy's not a threat. He just got the crap kicked out of him.
That guy
He's
hit
not
so
concerned.
hard from that.
Okay. Roll me a sense check here,
Ooh.
which in your case would be a oof.
Ooh.
You can't seem to spot them. However, you definitely know for sure someone is watching you right now from out of sight. Now let's see. Katie, you've been watching this thing go down, right?
Yeah.
Okay, can you also make me a sense roll?
Alright, let me see here.
I would, but I'm still trying to breathe.
Yeah, no, you're screwed, man.
Alright, okay, how does... Okay, I think that's... Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay,
God!
both of you get to roll ones.
Wow.
Katie, I guess, is too focused on, losing the bet against the goose.
Yes, now that you've successfully been outdone by a goose, you're unable to tell where this weird
Jesus
sense of presence is
Christ.
coming from. Yeah, that was it. People really love running
Someone
their
just
engines, don't they?
fucking rev their engine. God.
Yeah.
Sorry, anyone who could hear that.
Yeah, it seems like the fight has gone down, and it's hard to sense, but Hunter, so you did roll a degree of success. You're not able to look around to figure out why you feel it, but yes, someone is watching you.
I want to continue to attempt to breathe and go grab my jacket and my, I suppose it would technically be a glaive at the moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's only one
My
problem.
rifle.
There's only one problem.
Oh, is it not there?
Yeah, it appears to have been stolen while you were fighting.
I'm gonna hurt somebody.
You left it completely unattended.
I'm going to
But
use
yeah,
my
you're gonna
sense
need
to
to
try
write
and
that
find
down.
it.
Okie doke, go ahead and roll sense. That is a degree of success. What you are able to tell, albeit while wheezing a little bit, is that whoever took it, they ran. Interestingly, it seems that they've circled around and went the same direction that Jackalope was already walking towards, if you want to just run right past him.
Yep, I'm gonna start running and pretty much, call out to him as I do so. On your left!
What?
Shit got stolen, move!
Oh,
Do you choose to
Jackalope
step out of the way?
yeah.
Okie doke.
Hey, ain't his problem.
Meanwhile, Katie, what is your response to hearing that there appears to have been a thievery happening?
She looks over to the goose suspiciously. Like, did you do something? Yeah, I figured. You were too busy betting on fights in order to steal anything. This time, anyways. Yeah. She kind of pats her lab coat just to check if anything of hers was stolen.
Patting your lab coat, you do notice that, yes, one of your guns is missing. Someone has taken Senor Nyarlathotep.
No. All right, Captain Cupcakes, we're getting your brother back.
Okay. At a guess, chances are whoever the thief was probably is also the thief that took from the person who's running now. Do you want to choose to follow him?
Yeah.
Wheelie!
Alright.
Yeah, I'm just gonna equip my gauntlets now,
Okay.
as they were sitting on my back the entire time.
Yes. Unfortunately, as the center of attention, no thief is able to get that close to you in the middle of a brawl.
Hydration! Pocket says all of us.
I just took a sip of Coke, so
Sippies.
Let me sip some Coke here.
it's not cocaine. Coca-Cola.
Except Wally, he is doomed.
It's like, wait, hold up, wait up, Senor Narlathotep was stolen. It's a tragedy. Following you.
That looks entertaining.
And along with that, Jackalope, as soon as they start making a fuss and start running after the person who was the sensation of being watched abruptly disappears the moment that they start running. Not sure if you want to pursue whoever was watching you, but it seems like whoever it is now trying to escape.
Yeah, I will.
All right. That has all three of you sprinting in the same direction, it seems.
Well, healing.
That's fair. I do often forget that you chose to get Heelys in your combat boots.
They're heirloom. They're heirloom combat boot Heelys.
Right. Right.
They're
How can I
family
forget?
heirloom treasures.
They are glorious family treasure.
Yes.
As you sprint along, you end up finding yourself pretty close to a river. What you spot there, however, is a bit odd. Right across the river, you can see that there appears to be someone, the first thing you notice, depending on who you are, Senor Narlathotep is currently hanging from his hip. That is the first thing that Katie notices. Hefted over his shoulder is the massive glaive.
I'm amazed he can lift it, but, you know.
And Jackalope, the first thing you notice, as the probably most reasonable person here, is the fact that he's now trying to climb onto the back of an Ursa Grim.
Oh.
It is 12 feet tall when on his hind legs, but he appears to be instead only up to on its all fours, and he appears to be trying to climb on top of it to try to escape. You notice a odd mask hanging around from his neck, not lifted to his face yet, but you can't get a good look at his face because he's facing away from you.
I'm going to just straight up try to ignore all the pain of my chest and just pump my boots, just going right for him.
All right, like I said, he's across the river. That might be a bit inconvenient. So go ahead and tell me how do you plan on crossing it? Like series of jumps or what?
I'm just going to use my light manipulation to make basically a ramp so I can just jump the river.
Okay. Okay, I see. Yeah, I remember Bartolomeo doing that in Dressrosa. So as you are running now across the surface of the glimmering water, you've basically created a bridge. Do the two of you choose to follow along on the solid platforms?
Yep.
You as well, Katie?
Yeah.
He ends up looking over his shoulder, and you can see a scar going across most of his face, along with a panic expression as he suddenly slaps the hind of the rim and shouts, "Move, move, 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 move!"
Come here!
I'm gonna chuck the small one.
You're gonna yeet Katie.
Yes.
Katie, do you approve of this yeeting?
Exceedingly so.
All right, make a strength check. Yeah, no penalty or anything because she's a willing participant in this.
Cool.
Jesus.
That's 2 degrees of success. Katie, you are currently surging through the air with a vengeance named freaking Cupcakes. I already forgot the name of your weapon.
Captain Cupcake.
Captain Cupcakes. As you are rapidly closing the distance.
Whee!
Go ahead and make me a quick dex check.
Yep. That's D6. Yeah. Wait, hold up. What was my dexterity? Hold on.
Attributes and
Dexterity
abilities.
is 3.
Alright, that's 3d6, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Yeah. Whee!
Wow.
0 degrees of success. So unfortunately, you do not land with grace, but you do land on him, knocking him clean off of the Grim as you both tumble and hit the ground.
Give me
The
back
gla-
my Senor Narlathotep!
Senor Narlathotep ends up skidding off to the side and landing in the drink. The glaive, on the other hand, is too heavy to bounce.
It just fucking sinks.
Katie, your weapon is now in the river.
buried at sea, how he always wanted to go. But I'm bringing him back, god dang it.
Okay. And Jackalope, let's see. You and Hunter both basically arrive on the guy at the same time.
Mhm.
What do you choose to do? Because as it
Oh.
is, he wants to scramble away and escape.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
mean,
put him in a cage.
he thinks he's gonna get away from me. I break his kneecap.
Ooh, okay, go ahead and give me a strength roll against his dex.
Yeah, by the way, I'm gonna use some of that stored up energy from the fight with Sin. Because I never turned it off.
It's
That's
true.
true. Roll me a, let's say 3d6, because there were like 3 times that you got hit that we didn't keep track of. Okay, you got a degree of success. You are guaranteed 1 success.
This is gonna
So
hurt.
roll 4d6.
Oh.
3 degrees of success. It's literally impossible for him to win this roll. I'm not even going to roll for him. There is a hefty crunch. His hands go over his mouth as he screams right into his clasped hands.
I'm gonna put him into a cage.
Okay. Well, he's definitely
partially
not
to
running away,
stop.
that's for sure.
Partially to stop Newt from beating the shit up. Partially so he doesn't run.
Do you try and grab the gun carefully, or do you just leap into the river? Oh, wait, actually. Oh, I forgot something else. Roll. I'm gonna say 4d6 for me, Katie. And I'm not explaining it until you roll.
Okay.
That is a degree of success. As you're approaching there, you can see that something has happened. The gun has been taken by none other. He lifts Senor Narlethatep out of the water before waddling his way towards you. As an aqueous animal, it was his exact forte to do such a thing.
A fluffy, ferocious angel. Thank you.
And with that, all right, Jackalope, you basically have a target that you can now question. Hunter, you have your weapon back, as do you, Katie.
Woo!
I'll rest it against my shoulder and kind of look at him. I don't know how well you're able to talk at the moment. Busted kneecaps tend to remove that ability really easily. But why the hell did you steal my weapon? We'll give you a minute. You good?
Doing good there, Buckaroo?
Told me to take stuff from any hunters, and you'll look a little stronger than most.
Why did you separate Senor Nyarlathotep from Captain Cupcakes, you monster? With a really cool mount. Can I have it?
What the heck is a hunter?
That would be what I am. No, I'm a hunter apprentice, technically. Hunter in training.
You 3 a team?
No.
No.
Just
You were just
naturally
watching me a
built.
little too closely, and when you ran, you gave yourself away.
Okay. Well, my bad. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's healing very well.
Nope. No, it's not.
I mean,
It's kind of facing the wrong direction.
Yeah. I mean, how else would I stop you? I ain't
The
holding you down.
cage is pretty good.
Well, I didn't know you had that.
He's carefully cradling his backwards knee now. He seems to be pretty unfocused, which might make questioning a little difficult, but also, you don't imagine he's in a state where he can lie convincingly.
Do you want us to try fixing it? We have no medical expertise.
A small flash of fear seems to go through his eyes. Note, of course, he did say that he was told to take from the hunters.
So, who did you take from us?
Local boss.
And where's your boss?
You know, this is usually the part where I go, oh, I can't tell you that, he'll kill me, but right now, I get the weirdest feeling that's not going to be my problem right now.
You do have a second kneecap.
I thought you were gonna say that. Look, you head northeast from here. You reach the camp. Oh, for the love of God! I'm just. Go to the camp. The boss is there. He's the really loud one. He's very in charge, and he wants people to know I cannot think straight right now.
Alright, cool. I'll turn off the cage. I'm gonna go beat the crap out of him.
That cage ain't doing a damn lot.
I'm gonna take his money.
Okay. He is in no condition to prevent you from doing so.
Just don't look at him.
Congrats. He doesn't have a lot on him, but you do manage to take what little cash he has.
Cool.
I'm gonna take Fluffy. Can I take Fluffy? I don't care about your opinion. I want to take Fluffy.
Is that what you've now named Ursa?
Yes.
Okay. The large Grim, which, yes, as is known, hate humans almost universally, immediately seems to move up to Katie and just stand next to her.
I
Obediently.
love you so much.
There's a confused look on the person's face, but
I'm gonna pull out my my
intelligently,
scroll.
He very much chooses not to say a dang thing about this.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out my scroll. I'm gonna take a picture.
All right, you've got a big old picture of an Ursa Minor,
Cool.
and also a teenage girl who's vibrating with excitement.
Could you like step a couple more feet to the right if you would?
Oh sure, yeah.
All
You
right,
could
cool.
do that,
Thanks.
though it would require you to be unable to pet him.
Oh no, never mind then.
No, I need you to step out of the picture. You can come back.
But Fluffy.
Yes, I need to take a picture of
Jackalope, have you been standing there waiting
Fluffy.
for them, or did you already get moving?
Oh, he's already moving. He don't care. He don't know these people.
I figured.
Can I like climb on top of it and like?
no, I need you out of the
Right.
picture
What? Why?
because it's gonna be a picture of it.
But I mean, you can have a picture of it and me, its new best friend.
All right, fine, get on it.
Okay. He gets on top of it.
Yeah, I'll take another picture and then just say to myself, "Gonna kill you later."
You can try.
Not you. The pet.
No. You're taking me with it. God dang it.
I mean, I don't think that is the problem.
Well, first time riding Ursa Minor. I just don't get onto its back.
All right. It very much does not like it when you try to approach.
I just
Like, it's
shrug
straight up
my
nervous.
shrug my weapon on my shoulder. It doesn't seem
think
to
it
like me. That implies it wants to die.
No, I just don't think it likes you. It likes
Yeah, I
me.
know.
Yeah.
It doesn't like me. That usually is what happens right before it tries killing me, and then it dies.
No, he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't hurt it.
I'm going
wouldn't
to
hurt
step
a fly
closer.
unless No, stop.
It growls deeply.
You said it
Meanwhile,
wanted
while
to try
you two
fighting.
while you two are to resolve this, Jackalope is the first one to arrive at the nearby camp.
Nice.
Let's see, does that work?
No.
Oh, yep, it does indeed. If you'd like to drag out your character icon, you're currently in the south portion.
Oh, my one doesn't have my character icon. Hold on.
That'd be because you haven't attached it yet.
It'd be fine. Don't worry.
It is not letting me drag out my character icon.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
hold on.
odd.
He seems to have this
here, I'll-
issue with you a lot.
Yeah, I'll
Not
drag out
Colin.
Jackalope. Can that work?
Yep.
Okay, are you able to move it?
Yep.
Okay, good.
You seem to have this issue a lot, Corin.
Yeah, I don't know why. Can't explain it. Okay. So, Jackalope is the first to arrive by a pretty significant margin due to all of the issues with trying to get an Ursa Minor to just conveniently let a hunter ride it. Meanwhile, Jackalope, the first thing you note is there are the emblazoned markings of the White Fang. which you only really know because you've gotten into kerfuffles with them in the past, and a lot of them hit hard. How do you choose to proceed? You can hear that a large group of them are definitely in there, at least 7 unique voices.
Guerrilla tactics.
Tell me more.
I would like to sneak around, setting up explosive dust capsules.
Okie doke. I like that idea. I like it quite a bit. Let's see. I'm assuming that you're pulling from the same resources that you would use for your dust chamber.
Oh yeah.
Excellent. All right, you end up setting them pretty quickly. By the time that everything's set up and you're back where you started, you can hear that the other two are approaching. I will say, Unzer,
I just kind of ignored it
you
at
would not
that
have
point.
gotten onto it. Yeah, you would not have been able to get onto it.
I just kind of shrugged and started walking. I just ignored it at that point.
So, Jackalope, you hear the two of them approaching. Chances are, if you want to have the elements of surprise, honestly, like, I don't know how much you've thought that these two are capable of stealth, but from what you've seen, I don't imagine it's much.
Yeah, I would be at the edge of the camp and just start setting up my sniper.
Meanwhile, Katie Henderson is approaching on top of a Grim.
Yeah, Katie was never capable of stealth. Like, if it weren't for the giant bear, maybe if she wanted to. But no.
Don't keep the giant bear in my in my line of sight. Just don't keep it in there.
Well, when everything isn't, when you have somebody coming up on a bear and a guy setting up a massive gun, probably just best for things to go boom.
All right. So you just set off the explosives?
Mm-hmm.
All right. The detonation is very sudden. It's clear from the sudden loud shouts of the folks that this is not what they were anticipating happening, as people start scrambling all around. Most of the explosives weren't able to deal a significant amount of damage. You wouldn't have been able to get close enough to make them, like, really harm people, but you have more than sown chaos. They are panicking. And of course, given that one person seems to rise up and stand out above all of the others, barking out orders, it's pretty clear that where the boss is.
Katie gently pets Fluffy and just kind of like pouts and just like, I wanted to be the explosives guy.
Just waiting for you to get off of it, I'll be honest. Like 2 inches away, just like, yeah, keep going.
Katie charges in just towards the middle where she assumes the leader possibly is, and just like, woo! She didn't plan out a battle cry. Let's go, Fluffy!
And you're just charging right into the middle of the camp?
How else? She's also gonna just like pull out her guns.
All right. So as you charge in on the back of a Grim with your 2 guns, amidst the now burning tents, you spot a total of 8 individuals. One of which, the one in the center and currently highlighted with red, appearing to be the order barking boss.
You want to pull out your token, Katie?
Oh, I can do that?
Yeah, you go to the journal and you just click and drag.
Journal. Click and drag.
There you are.
I didn't realize that, like, the token was supposed to be there. I could probably just, like, replace the picture now or later or whatever.
That's fine.
So, as long as we can identify that, yeah.
Okay,
all right.
Yeah.
So basically, you've...
Why did it fall out of the sky?
No clue. But yeah, you have arrived now, basically...
Why are there 2?
Oh, what? What?
What'd you do?
What?
Why do you have 2?
You're right here.
I don't... Okay, I'm right there? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. All right, that works. Yep.
All right. Everyone make a roll for dexterity to see who gets to make their first move. You have a surprise round on you, so you just auto. Okay, that's a degree of success right there.
Is it Dex?
Yes.
Everybody make dex.
Yes.
All right. That
1
was
degree of success, though, because that was a 6 to a 5. Jackalope is ahead of you.
was it 3 or 4 dice?
Depends on what your dex is. It's inside of your
Check.
character sheet.
Yep. Okay. Let me check that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Attributes and
Okay.
build
3.
stat.
It was 3. It was
Nice.
3. Okay. And 3 is boop.
Damn.
Okay, 2 degrees of success right there. So it looks like Katie is the one who's going to get to take first action, followed by Jackalope, followed by Hunter.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So she is going to fire to her right at the
That
I
guy?
don't yeah, that guy. Or one of her glitter explosive rounds.
Okay, that'll be a dex.
That'll be Dex, okay. As soon as my mouse starts working proper, bloop. Ah,
Oof.
Let's see. Sense off guard. No degree of success. Alright, you don't land a perfect hit on them, hitting near instead, but like you said, they are explosive rounds. It ends up causing the person to basically get launched backwards, tumbling back over. And due to all of the explosives set up by Jackalope, that means that yes, he does end up rolling through the flaming tarp.
Jesus.
Ends up rolling further back. Whoops,
Oh my god.
stretched instead of dragged. That's horrifying. And falling over the small ledge.
Dunk,
That is,
dunk, dunk.
Thanks to the power of, I'm not sure I can call it friendship, but mutual acquaintances, one of the targets has been neutralized. It is now Jackalope's turn.
Well, how far can we move, by the way?
Your hunters, pretty much as far as you like, as long as it's not an absurd amount. As it is, unless you're facing off against hunters, I'm not going to enforce movement rules because you are just going to be faster than pretty much everyone.
Yeah, Jackalope's just gonna jump over the side, get behind this guy, and just... a German suplex sounds about right.
Ooh. Go ahead and make me a strength roll.
I'm not doing very good.
No degrees of success, but surprise round, and because he got no degrees of success on his defense, you still successfully pull off the German suplex. What is your, obviously you're suplexing him. Are you making sure to aim towards anything? Wooden crate, flaming tarp, anything like that?
Flaming stuff.
Okay. Just, unlucky for him. As you do the German suplex, you end up swinging him backwards and slam into a flaming tarp, which does, yes, happen to be on a large wooden crate. The sound of the splintering wood and practically detonating impact is pretty clear that when he goes limp inside of your grip, you've knocked him the frick out.
Yeah, cool. I'm just gonna leave him in the flaming tarp.
Okay. And it is now Sin's turn.
Now, Hunter would be about 99% sure that if he shot the big guy would die. Instantly. So, instead, he's going to shoot the Ursa.
The mount.
Yeah.
Going to shoot Katie's mount
Yeah.
that she's currently on.
Yeah.
Oh, you rude motherfucker.
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't quite like Ursa. He doesn't quite like Grim. So he's going to do what he does best, and he's going to hunt the Grim that he just took a picture of.
Okay, make your dex roll, I think.
Alright, and he also gets a +1 to all checks regarding mecha shift weapons.
This is true. So since you're actively using your mecha shift weapon, go ahead and roll an additional d6.
So 3d6.
1 degree of success. No degrees of success on the Ursa. Shot impacts heavily against the body of the Ursa, causing it to tilt heavily off to the side. You've blasted a good chunk off of its body, its hind leg basically barely holding on now.
If it falls onto someone...
Jackalope, roll dex.
I would say it's, there's a lot of chaos going
2
on
degrees of
right
success.
now.
You're fine. The Ursa, you're easily able to sidestep the Ursa falling over.
No one knows it's me. There's a lot of chaos going on.
The massive ringing gunshot from the high power sniper rifle rings out, clearly identifying exactly who fired. Who was it that sent me the design for the incredibly high caliber weapon again? Oh right.
Well.
There's no secrecy when you're firing something that big, my dude.
There's a lot of chaos, she's tumbling. Oh.
So wait, is the Ursa falling down?
Oh, yeah.
Dead?
Yes. It's not dead, no, but it's heavily injured.
Yeah.
You are going to need to roll a dex check just to see how you handle being knocked over.
Okay, so, Katie, hearing that ringing out, just kind of like looks about and seeing if she can see who fired the shot.
It's pretty obvious, especially since the person's holding a literal smoking gun right now.
Just slop in another round.
Katie decides not to mention it quite yet. That can wait till later. She immediately drops everything just to check. Just like, Fluffy, are you okay?
Roll dex.
Yeah, to see how you, because
Yeah,
you were on it when it was knocked over.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, she's probably going to like want to grab the goose and like make sure she doesn't get squished by the Ursa as it falls down. Check its wounds, such. So that's Dex.
Yes, you'll need to roll dex.
Do they technically have wounds?
That is a degree of success. You are able to prevent yourself from being, knocked clean off. You're more or less able to land, and you are able to examine the wound. It does appear that the large tar-like substance that makes up the majority of its body has now had a big old hole blasted through its thigh meat. It's not going to be walking for a fair bit.
Alright, well, she's gonna try and make sure that it stays safe. Make sure nobody else tries to shoot it.
So I'm going to be rolling 5d6, one for each of the random mooks.
Jeez.
Okay, 3 of them actually got, let's see. So, in terms of order, 2 of them are going after Jackalope, 1 of them is going after... No, 2 of them are going after...
Uh-huh.
Okay, so it's Katie, Jackalope, Mook, you, Mook.
Cool.
Except I forgot to roll for the big boss. 1 degree of success, kind of goes right after Sin. Okay, so we're going to be opening up with
good
Katie.
against humans.
Your move first.
Alright, okay. So, she doesn't know much about grim first aid, so her, she'll do what she knows she can do, and just try to like, kind of act as defense. So she's probably going to want to fire at more of the Fang with her explosive, glittery rounds.
Okay, go ahead and make a dex roll.
Okay.
Let's see, the nearest one did achieve 1 degree of success on the dodge. And to your 0 degrees of success, he is barely able to throw himself off to this. Okay, well, actually, he's throwing himself off to the side. So, unfortunately, the fire continues to spread, and he then, as he rolls across, his cape portion ends up igniting into flames.
Capes, am I right?
Let's see. Is there a fire in this? Yeah, I'll use that. Whoops, wrong button. There we go. There is now a marker that denotes him as on fire. He is going to miss his turn, meaning that next person is this one as he surges forward to close the distance. Are you going to... He's using a melee weapon. Do you want to block or dodge? Blocking is an endurance roll. Dodging is a dex roll.
Is your endurance? Well, it's the same as her dexterity, so... I think she'll probably want to dodge unless dodging would put the Grim
The
in
Ursa
danger.
is right behind you.
Oh, in which case blocking.
Oh.
Okay. He has one
I
degree of
shot the
success.
Ursa. We're inside of a room full, well, inside of a camp full of
Make your
White
roll for
Fang.
endurance, by the way. 0
And
degrees of success. Ooh.
oof. And Katie's currently being attacked.
Let me just double check Katie's abilities. Katie, you get you have I should be dead by now. You get an additional d6.
Additional d6. Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
So roll 1d6.
Oof.
Unfortunately, it didn't help.
God.
But the
No success.
baton slams into your shoulder pretty heavily and deals marked damage. It's really uncomfortable and it's making it a little harder to move your arm. Aside from that, though, it doesn't seem to deal too much damage. Let's see, that was 1, that was 2. So next is Jackalope.
Man, run up, just zoom up to this guy and just deck him in the face.
All right. You have a running start for that. His focus is, of course, on pretty much everyone except for you, because Katie is very loud, has multiple guns, was riding an Ursa, and that massive gunshot came from earlier. So go ahead and roll an additional 1d6 because you have a running start on him.
Hold on.
Okay. Well. And
I love
his
these rolls.
His defense
Ooh.
fails. So while you didn't, so what ends up happening is you managed to land a hit right into the mask. Now I believe that your weapon is those gauntlets, and you already mentioned you put them on.
Yep.
The gauntlets are stronger than the mask. The mask shatters under the blow as he goes skidding back, given that it was named to the face, and a pretty clear one at that. The nosebleed and dazed expression is telling you that you just stunned them, like real bad. They're not seeing straight.
Cool.
Now, after Jackalope comes Hunter.
Cool. I'm gonna run forwards and take a hefty swing at this guy because I refuse to use my bullets on something that isn't an Ursa.
Roll strength.
Alrighty. Would this count as me using my mecha shift weapon?
No, not quite, because you're just using a glorified club rather than
Okay,
using
okay.
it in a professional stance. However, remember that you chose to make your weapon extra heavy, so since you're using it as a
That's
blunt
true.
weapon, add 1d6.
No success. Very poor run up there. He's not good with
No success on the defense either. As it ends up going forward, it slams right into his back. The weight causes him to more or less get swung along with it. I'm assuming that you're swinging from the right to the left.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Katie, roll dex to see if you can dodge the incoming body.
Yep.
You do get a degree of success. Now you can choose to either dodge or deflect the body, because if you dodge, the person's going to impact against the Ursa.
Yeah, she's going to try and I don't know if she'd be strong enough to just like kick it out of the air. That's just a funny image to me, but yeah.
You can definitely
okay.
try.
Dodge wrenching dodgeball or human.
No, I think she'll just like kind of
Push him.
try and knock it. Yeah, knock it aside.
Okay, with a degree of success, that more or less works. He does bounce off of your body. It's off to the side. Since you were adequately prepared, you're not knocked over from it.
Yeah.
At that, though, it is now the turn of the boss. And of course, in his considerable wisdom, he just watched a man get German suplex through a flaming tarpon box and another one get knocked the frick away. He knows who he's targeting first. Reaching behind him, you can see that rather than the standard batons that the others are using, he pulls out a large battle axe, immediately launching straight towards Jackalope. Tank or dodge?
Dodge.
Okay. 0 degrees of success on his part, so you only need 1 degree of success, and which
That's
you
what
got.
you get.
Not only that, you do have flexibility, so you're really successful at this point. You're able to avoid the incoming swing from the attack as it ends up more or less going right over your head. serving to do little more than send him off balance as he stumbles and nearly walks right past you. Aside from that, there are the two others. One of them is afraid for the boss, is now surging towards you. Let's see. 1d6, tank or dodge.
Is that to me?
No,
no,
surging towards
Jackalope.
Jackalope.
Say that again.
Tank or dodge. Random Mook is now approaching you.
Dodge.
All right, you are also able to dodge him. Thus far, you're not getting hit. The last of them reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small object and throws it. The grenade surges through the air. No degrees of success, though, and rather than landing near his target, it instead lands way off target, right near the Grim. Now, I assume that you, Hunter, do not care about deflecting grenade going towards a Grim.
Not really, no, not unless Katie decides to jump onto the grenade. In which case, light.
Katie, what do you choose to do?
Okay, so the grenade falls near the Grim.
Yes.
Her first instinct is going to be to try and throw it, go towards it and throw it back.
All right. Roll a dex to, or actually, this is a speed check.
Okay.
Tackles grenade, yeah.
Now you have a 2 in speed, Katie.
I feel like
2
this
in
is gonna
speed.
hurt.
Yeah.
We're not
Yeah.
healers. Hey.
Ooh, you do have a degree of success. Roll a dex to see how well you're able to throw it and see if you're able to aim it.
Throw it in the fire.
That is a degree of success. Where do you want to throw the grenade?
She's going to try and throw it at the boss guy.
The one right next to Jackalope.
This isn't Yes.
Do it.
Jackalope's just like, hit me harder.
Hey, it's
Alright.
a guy who's not near the Grim, alright?
Yeah. Okay, you yeet the grenade and it ends up flying down there. Now, each person is going to need to make an endurance roll.
Okay.
Well, sorry, each person in that area.
Oh.
So Jackalope is the only one who needs to. I really should have been more specific. So Jackalope, you'll be making an endurance roll. 1 degree of success on that person. 2 degrees
Damn.
of success. Wow. Okay. A degree of success.
Would that
I'm
be
also
kinetic?
gonna absorb the energy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Whew. Since you got 2 degrees of success on it, roll me 2d6. 4
Ooh.
and 5. Okay. That's a degree of success, and it's your semblance, and it's not like it's first successes anyway. I'm going to count that as 2 stored successes due to the strength of the grenade. As it is, the boss ends up being the only one who isn't able to successfully avoid significant damage. The other 2 are just thrown even further back. Now, unfortunately for a stunned guy, he's not able to brace himself. The back of his head slams against the tree. He, having already been stunned, he's basically concussed now and unable to do anything. He is out of the fight.
Oof.
Meanwhile, this other guy seems to be fine. Now, we loop all the way back. It is now Katie's turn.
Alright, okay. So there's still an enemy guy there. Alright, okay, so she is going to try and knock him backwards so that she can fire a
He
grenade
got
at
knocked
him.
over and you knocked him to the side. He's currently
Oh,
stunned.
right.
You can
Oh,
remove him from the
okay.
fight by dealing more damage to him.
Yeah, okay. Alright, how close? I'm trying to figure out how close this guy is to the Grim because she'd probably want to fire a grenade at him unless he's too near.
This is the Grim. Yep, big boy.
That's a pretty big boy.
Mhm.
Alright, okay.
So he's pretty much right next to the Grim, but currently stunned.
Just gonna kick him away. So
Okay.
just get back up.
Strength roll.
Strength roll, strength roll. How much strength does she have? Keep forgetting the stuff that I've. Oh, that's a
That's
1
not
in
your
strength.
shield.
Yeah. Okay.
So 1d6.
Oof.
Oof.
Well, he's stunned, so he only succeeds on a 6. He did not meet it, so in this case, you take advantage, and you are able to kick him right upside the head. From stunned to concussed, he is basically unable to focus. If he tries to stand up too fast, he is going to vomit and collapse. So you can consider him out of the fight.
Yeah.
After that, the next person is the only one. Oh, the only. Oh no, wait, that was him. You knocked out the person who was going to go next, so instead it goes straight to Jackalope's turn.
Cool. I feel bad. And is the boss unconscious?
The boss is not unconscious. However, he is injured. He's tougher than most of these mooks, so he's not as easy to knock out. But he also took that's a degree of success. Let's see. And because of the grenade, he's stunned, so he gets no degrees of success. Are you using any of your stored successes?
No.
Okay.
Again,
Describe what you do to him.
Oh, I just punch him and then just unload a dust capsule in his face.
Ow.
All right. Roll an extra d6 for me.
Ooh.
That is not only is it a direct hit, the impact is heavy, the explosion is heavier. He ends up being thrown pretty much flat out into the fire, chunks of the burning wood flying off to the side as he bounces and skims backwards. Between those several impacts and him skidding further, the fact that he's not actively responding to the impacts shows that you have knocked out the boss. He is out of it. Next, it is, let's see. Now, there's 3 people left, but only 2 of them can make this roll. One of them succeeds, one of them does not. The person who originally threw the grenade failed his roll. He's running. You basically now just intimidated him into an escape. Meanwhile, the other person does manage to stand his ground and is, in fact, the next person to move. He attempts to go and attack Jackalope. Just because he rolled high to avoid intimidation doesn't mean he rolled high on intelligence. All right, he got a 6. That's 1 degree of success. Are you dodging or blocking?
I'm gonna dodge.
Okay, that'll be 5d6 thanks to your flexibility. You got a degree of success, so you are able to avoid it.
Hey.
However, it is dangerously close. This person, you can feel the air pushing right next to your head as you're able to lean out of the way, as the blow very nearly manages to impact against you. However, as it is now the turn of the other person who remained, he was unable to be intimidated as he was too busy being distracted by throwing aside his burning cape. He is now no longer a flame, but that did take up his turn. It is now the turn of Hunter.
Cool.
Hunter, you're right next to the person who just threw a burning cape.
Yeah, I'm going to make a light, basically barrier to catch his cape, and then fucking smash right through both of them. So he's blindsiding him with the cape, huh?
Oh, so you're pushing the wall back into him with the cape?
Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially slamming an entire wall into him along with his on fire cape. And
1d6. Your thing isn't like super great. Your semblance isn't super strong as a weapon, so this will be for your just weapon for the damage. You don't deal damage with that. However, you immediately throw the cape back over his head while it's on fire as he falls back to the ground flailing. He's on fire again. Yeah, all that's left is it's Katie's turn. Y'all have nearly taken out the whole camp.
Yeah. Okay.
Getting this guy's serious burn wounds. Probably could have kept him in a cage instead of burning him alive, but you know.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's see. For her, it kind of feels like this battle is basically resolved. So she's just gonna like
Look at a mortally wounded pet.
Yeah, she's just gonna like pat Fluffy's like everything's gonna be all right. And she turns to Hunter and starts um screaming at him in German.
He's just all look at her confused.
Jackalop's gonna stop and respond in German.
All right. What you're able to tell is that whatever, so what Katie is basically saying is along the lines of, "How dare you harm this adorable bundle of sunshine, you absolute disgusting monster." How do you? What does your German translate to, Jackalope?
You speak German? Just confusion.
Actually, German is not a language spoken in this world.
That's why he's confused.
Yeah, she turns to and is like, "Oh yeah, my old man kind of sort of taught it to me in his drunken stupors. Sort of. I learned it through osmosis." And she turns back to Hunter and starts screaming at him angrily in German again.
Can I walk over to the guy who's currently on fire and just, like, kick his cape off?
Yes.
Alright, I'll do that and just kind of step on his chest and be like, I would suggest you not move.
All right. Do you choose to stomp hard to deal damage, or just?
Just keep him in
Stand
place,
on him.
getting rid of his fire, you know.
Okay. He's no longer on fire. He is immobilized, but mostly by choice, as he is choosing not to flail against you.
Cool.
By the way, it is now Jackalope's turn. You're currently facing the only active participant left in the fight. If you want to change that.
Just looks at him. Are you sure you won't continue this?
Let's see. He kind of stops. He opens his mouth as though to reply and seems unsure now, looking around at the devastation surrounding him, his flaming encampments, all of his knocked out companions, the one who turned tail, and his boss, who is literally laying on a bundle of cinders. You know what? He just kind of slowly sets the baton down, raises his hands, and takes a few steps back. You know, I choose life. He bolts.
Aw, he's trying to run.
Oh.
Oh, that's a degree of success. That is a degree of success.
The moment he turns tail, his head's in the ground.
All right, I'm assuming you're grabbing by the back of the head and then slamming him forward.
Uh-huh.
All right, he is. Oh wait, technically there is one chance left for him. He's got a 1
Oh,
in 6
no,
chance.
there
nope,
isn't.
he didn't roll.
Oh no. Oh no.
He eats dirt.
Are you explosive powering him?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
He wasn't
In that
getting
case,
away.
you're just eating dirt. You knocked him the frick out.
He's eating rocks.
Yeah. Leaves a small crater where his head impacts into the ground, his aura flickering violently before dissipating. He's out. One person has successfully escaped. Every single other person is either knocked out, on fire, knocked out and on fire, or recovering from his burn wounds.
Don't look at the guy under me and just kind of be like, shrug my weapon on my shoulder and just be like, so, why did your boss try to steal from us? It was a bad choice, let me tell you.
So, you're a hunter, right?
Uh-huh, I am. They aren't.
That means legally you're not allowed to kill me without due process, right?
Oh, I'm not. That's why I haven't, that's why I stopped you from being on fire.
Good. Yeah.
It's also why I didn't
I'll
shoot your
tell you-
boss.
I will tell you whatever you want. Just turn me into the police, for the love of God. That
Alright,
one scares
cool.
me. He points to Jackalope. Then he
Just
points
start
to you.
walking
And
up
that
to
one,
him.
I don't even know.
Yeah, alright. I'll make sure you don't die or get brutally more injured. You're already recovering. Yeah, so what's with kind of gestures to situation around him? What's with this?
Boss got orders. Incapacitate as many hunters as possible. Take them all out. Get rid of them all. Orders from on high. M said to do it.
M?
M. I don't know what it stands for. Don't know who she is. All I know is she's a she. Boss really loves complaining about it. He's got a whole thing about strong women. It makes him very, very insecure.
Cool. All right, all right. I'm gonna let you up. You're gonna go grab your boss and carry him for me.
You know what? I don't have a problem with that. I'm fine with this. I
Fair
will do
warning,
exactly
if
that.
you do try to leave, he will break your kneecaps. He already has tried one. He already has done
boss-
one person.
I watched how fast you guys ran. Even if I wasn't carrying a 240-pound man, I would not outrun you.
Carry him, drag him, I don't care. Just,
I mean, to be fair, that one tried to run and his head is in a crater right now.
Yes, I am very scared of you right now, sir.
yeah, so I'm gonna take you and your companion. Actually, I should probably take all of you in, huh?
You know, if I don't know, a certain someone hadn't shot an angel here, we could just like, I don't know, lift them up onto Fluffy.
Yes, because she
uh,
would totally allow us to lift a bunch of humans onto their back. Mm-hmm, sure, right,
could've-
yeah.
I don't see any
I mean, I
angels
could've-
here.
Don't
That's
worry,
because
I'll
they're-
kill her and Mitt.
Can you not though? Like, why?
I'm gonna look at the downed Ursa. It looks like it's suffering. If it has the capability of suffering, killing it would, in your weird mind, be counted as mercy, wouldn't it?
There's a snuffling sound from it before it slowly starts to stand up. The battle was enough time for its wound to regenerate. It stands on its hind legs, like I said, 12 feet tall, and it is staring down at you, Hunter.
Damn. I thought you would stay down a little bit longer. Oh well.
It's
Start walking and
miracle.
just start collecting people. It's like, alright, I'm gonna put out your fire. Gonna put out your fire. And you aren't dead yet, so you're still breathing. Cool. Just gotta drag them all next to this guy.
Okay. Basically
Fluff.
collect them all. What were you saying, Katie?
Like, Fluffy, will you do me a favor and just like hold a couple of these guys? You don't have to hold that guy. I think we've already resolved that that guy's not a very nice person.
Surprisingly,
It's
it
a
doesn't have an
grim.
issue carrying unconscious unconscious bodies.
Corpses.
They might as well be after what you did to them.
How are you controlling a Grim? That's fascinating. They're usually, well, not smart,
friendship.
but
I like to think that I'm a Disney princess. And also I like have a semblance or something, but mostly I'm just that nice.
All right.
It's the power of friendship.
all right then.
Hunter,
Cool.
as a heads up, Disney doesn't exist in this world. That
I don't
thought
think it
does
would
click in your
exist
head
in
there.
my world, would it?
You lived in a modern era. Disney,
Oh, yeah, fair.
it's universal, my guy.
Yeah, fair enough. Just don't look at her and just be like, did you just say Disney?
Yeah? Oh,
Huh.
shoot. Does that not... Oh.
No, no.
Oh.
I meant clearly she meant backwards Gizney. I still hate that.
Cool.
That's a thing?
You
Some
guys,
people call it backwards Gizney because it looks kind of like a backwards G.
Did you guys come here from a man on high? A hunter, known to its prey, I guess. Smooth talking.
You mean Jumpy-kun?
Talks too much.
Yeah.
Actively tried to brain. Actively tried to give a spiel that you probably let him finish.
Did you
Well,
not?
I mean, I kind of let him finish. I was just really excited. Was like, did he have like this really cool tie and just a really nice suit?
I remember the suit. I don't remember the tie.
He wore a hunter's
Huh.
uniform for me.
Oh. Got a wardrobe for every occasion, I guess.
I mean, to be fair, for me, he was also wearing, like, what's the word? He was wearing nice clothes. Suit, maybe not. I think he was actually I think he was getting a haircut.
Yeah, so he had the big old coat thing over his body.
Yeah, it kind of looked like me in a weird way
Interesting.
with the coat.
Weird.
Well, with that knowledge,
You
guys want to come with me? Ugh, the Ursus don't make this a really big issue.
be
that
nice.
No one will
guy's
be
like,
to him.
actually, I think it's no problem. Let's just throw a tarp over the thing and say it's a very shy horse.
I'm gonna look at him like I'm looking at a toddler that just
Look,
told me
it's not the best.
mathematics.
It's not the best idea, I know, but I am very desperate to not get in your bad graces right now.
I'm all for it. I mean, like, yeah, that could work.
Any of the tarps
Katie's
not on
legit
fire?
considering it.
Yeah, there's tarps inside of the back, the boss's main zone. He actually gets blankets. He's kind of an ass about that. I'd go grab them, but I'm pretty sure that if I turned around and started walking towards an area where you can't see me, I'd eat dirt. So if someone else wants to grab that, I 100%, they're right in there.
All right, just don't go and grab them, then step out and throw a blanket at them. Here, that's kind of depressing. You haven't got any blankets, so you get to keep that one, even if you go to jail.
Yeah. All right. Katie looks over to the goose. Is like, all right, you stay here and guard Fluffy. Honk loudly if anyone, especially that guy, especially red guy over here, like
My
tries
name's
anything.
Hunter.
All right.
Huh.
That's nice, red guy. Katie Healy's over to the thing. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, everything's going smooth. You now have a very shy horse.
Right.
You have a shy horse with a load of bodies thrown over it.
Let's take you back to some form of authority, I guess. You guys seem pretty strong. You
The
guys
city to
want?
the southwest has a sheriff.
You're so. I appreciate you.
I like my kneecaps and my elbow caps. I don't know what they're called, but I don't want them broken.
You're very helpful. Thank you. Yeah, very. All right, let's go there, I guess. How interested are you guys in becoming hunters?
Is it entertaining?
Yeah. We get to fight other hunters. We get to kill giant Grim. Get sent
It's
on
hard
missions.
for your life on a regular basis.
Sounds fine to me.
Go.
I'm not sure how I am on the whole Grim abuse thing.
You can ask them
Like-
if you can protect the Grim, I guess, or like
They can
use
live
the
with
Grim. Most of them want to try killing you. This is the only Grim I've ever met that hasn't tried killing me.
Maybe the Grim just don't like them, and then they, it's a
They
cycle
kill
of
towns.
unnecessary violence.
They murder entire towns unprompted. They eviscerate
They're
people.
Well, look, okay, look, if you ever play Genshin Impact and the Hilly Churls, like we are mean to the Hilly Churls, and the Hilly Churls are mean back, and it's just been going on for a while, and I have theories about it.
It is very important to note, Hunter, you have no idea what a Genshin Impact is.
You should see my Tumblr. I make a lot of theory posts about it.
The
What?
heck's a Tumblr?
I'm so sorry.
Why are you talking?
This is why she scares me in a very different way.
Yeah. What killed it
Yeah,
too? I guess
I'll
it's
take
useful.
I'll take you to the sheriff. We'll do all that. I'm pretty sure that there's a connection hub inside of the sheriff's office for delivering information in long ranges, so you'll be able to contact the rest of your team and your instructor.
You know, you get a blanket. You get to keep that blanket, no matter where you go. That's your special blanket now.
I appreciate that. I think they're going to take the blanket anyway.
Nah,
but it's the thought
I'll make
that
sure they
counts.
don't. I'll put in a good word for you.
Okay. All right, and I assume
I'll
with
give you a
that, y'all are
secret blanket
headed
too.
there?
Here you go.
Yeah.
Very awkwardly accepts the blanket.
There you go. Just hide that one. You'll be able to use it when they aren't looking.
Okay. So we'll end up walking out there, end up leaving the encampments.
Such a
Though
nice guy.
there's a slight pause. He says, one last thing.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, woman, person. If you go into the main tent, there should be a briefcase full of important documents.
Ooh.
kind of important document.
The kind of important documents the boss wouldn't let me touch.
Ooh.
That sounds important.
All right, let me take a look at that.
Okay, you head over to there, and as you open up the thing, there's a momentary pause as you can see a person with a large pair of rabbit ears on her head, just standing there holding the briefcase and just freezing like a deer in the headlights.
Kitty gestures to her own bunny ears. Samesies, can I have that?
No? And she immediately tries to bolt.
I have a gun.
Okay, make a dex check. Dex check versus her speed check. It's 2 degrees of success, 0 degrees of success.
Pull out
She
your gun.
bolts. Your gun goes off, and their whole series of shots puncture clean through the canvas of the tent as she ends up surging through the canvas of the tent, splitting it as she moves at incredible speed.
I'm gonna look at Jackalope. How fast are you?
Maybe fast enough.
You wanna go find her? I'll keep track of them.
That sounds fun.
Cool. We'll meet you there.
All right, cool. I'm gonna use my weapons to propel me forward.
Okay.
Use the explosion to rocket.
We'll say, due to the fact that, as mentioned, y'all have senses, you feel an odd sensation, a prickling on the back of your neck, and it says, duck.
I'm gonna duck.
Good. No hesitation. You avoid the shot. A condensed beam of electricity surges right above your head and cleaves through a good chunk of the tent behind you and sinks about 8 feet into the ground behind you.
Oh,
Taking a moment to look behind you, it appears that someone launched a single small coin.
Jesus.
A coin about the size of a nickel just got launched at a speed and electric destructive potential that it carved through the earth.
They're
Interesting.
not stopping me with that.
Charge, baby.
All that does is make me happier.
Oh, that's my alarm for 9 o'clock, isn't it? Okay, wow.
Yep.
Alrighty.
It's getting this late. Yeah, right. All right, so with that in mind, with that having just shot there, with Jackalope getting ready to pursue the targets, with y'all having a very helpful hostage, and Katie realizing that she had got to have a samesies moment, that's where we're going to wrap it up for the night.
All right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, check out our Tables of Taurus YouTube channel for all of our D&D and tabletop role-playing videos, or Vods of Valhalla for all of our Let's Play style videos, and any other stuff that you guys want to look at will be on our socials here. Hopefully you guys have a good night. Follow if you have not already, and we'll see you guys tomorrow when I play Stray, that new cat game that came out. Okay, cat, you might like watching me play that. I'm actually playing as a cat. So.
Meow.
Yep. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. Bye.
Auf Wiedersehen.